They sit you in a cold room, say you're free to leave, but the doors don't look like freedom, and the lights never grieve. They call it science, technique. Read is the name, but behind those mirror glass walls, it's just a mental game. So before you speak, understand what they seek. Confessions, not truth, and it ain't for the weak. I say again, confessions, not truth, and it ain't for the weak. Stay locked in.
The read technique consists of a three-phase process. The interviewer starts with a fact analysis, then goes into a behavior analysis, and after that, if appropriate, the interviewer goes on with Read's 9 steps of interrogation. It is appropriate to go on with the 9 steps only if the first 2 phases show information that indicates that the subject is involved in the commission of the crime. The interrogation is an accusatory process, different from the usual question and answer format, being kind of a monologue made by the interviewer that tells the subject that the results of investigations clearly show he's guilty. In the whole interrogation process, the interviewer keeps a calm and understanding demeanor, with the goal of making the subject gradually more comfortable with telling the truth. This specific part is done by the investigator, who offers various psychological reasons that justify the subject's behavior. First of all, the interviewer lets the suspect know that investigations lead to him as a potential suspect, and asks him why the offense took place, giving him an early opportunity to confess. Then, the interviewer tries to shift the blame from the suspect to some other person or set of circumstances that made the suspect commit the crime, psychologically justifying his actions. While he does all of this, the interviewer tries to minimize the suspect's denials until the suspect gives a reason for why he did or didn't commit the crime, which the interviewer uses to move towards the acknowledgement of what the suspect did. He then uses body language techniques like eye contact or proximity to assure that the suspect is receptive, and when he's listening, the interviewer once again psychologically justifies his actions. If the suspect cries at this point, the interviewer can deduce that he might be feeling guilty for committing the crime. After that, the interviewer poses what's called the alternative question, which consists of giving 2 choices for what happened, one more socially acceptable than the other. At this point, the suspect is expected to choose one of them, usually the most socially acceptable one. But whichever he chooses, he's admitting his guilt. If he admits it, the interviewer leads the suspect to repeat the admission of guilt in front of witnesses and starts testing the validity of the confession. Lastly, the interviewer documents the suspect's admission or confession.